Hey folks, welcome back. So between episodes I've been kind of monitoring the liquids and stuff, and I've actually migrated the world over to a server, so that way it can kind of offload some of the processing and in theory help with the lag. In fact, it's done it a little bit, but not tremendously. So what I'm thinking there's a couple tasks I want to go through to try and resolve this situation, and the order of those are going to be setting up liquid storage in applied energistics, which will require a tremendous amount of redstone, and we're very low on redstone at the moment. I think we're like under 100 still, as you can see. What I did off camera here is I went and programmed all the recipes for all the ex nihilo ores we're going to get. So I want to take out all the item transport up here. This whole setup with all the cyclic assemblers. I want to knock that down because that'll decrease, number one, it'll decrease our power consumption. And number two, it'll open up more room for pulverizers. Because redstone comes from dust and I just cannot keep it in stock right now. We are completely empty. 24/7 here. So I want to try and remedy this by increasing the amount we can pulverize and probably increasing the actual layout of the room will help to do that too. So let's go ahead and collect all this up and we'll rebuild the room here. And you can see it still is just a touch laggy, but I think the more stuff I kind of condense and organize properly, the better off we'll be in the long run. And especially if I can hold the storage kind of inside of applied energistics, I think that'll help too. For now, we're going to leave the pulverizers set up and back. All the igneous extruders I'm going to push out to our main farm. And kind of organize it so it makes a little more sense. So we're always producing the stuff we need. Because right now, the way the system works is it has to fill up on gravel before it makes sand in excess, and then it has to fill up on sand before it makes dust in excess, and dust is really what I'm kind of starved on at the moment. Doing this applied energistic style, make things a little easier to work with. It's just there's some setup involved with it. And I say let's do it. Try and get to bigger, better, and faster to accommodate our needs. So there's just a lot of stuff to knock down here, and then I'll be right back once it's complete. See you in a minute. Hey folks, welcome back. So I've torn down a good bit of the room and I'm rearranging. This is all pulverizers we're going after now. I want to be able to use our AE system to control all of this. So it's going to take a little bit more rearranging, but I thought I'd walk you through where I'm at in the process here before I get too far ahead. And don't give you a chance to see how I'm going to do this. But the idea is it's taking far too long to fill up on dust. So that's where we're going. We're supersizing once again. Because I need redstone at insane rates and we're just not getting it. Oops. So what we're going to do is we're going to output on the bottom here. And I'll come underneath with import buses in just a little bit. If need be, what I can do is, if there's a redstone shortage while I'm crafting the pulverizers, I can go ahead and use item ducting underneath as a stopgap, just to get me through until we finish this build up here. But I did make a ton of export buses, and that's going to be kind of our next thing, is to get all these guys loaded up or firing, so we got plenty of gravel. We'll get 2 or 3 storage buses in play to hold our 3 different materials we want to sieve through here. So here's our And I'm just going to use a basic export bus for this application. It does not need to be super fast. Because I think the export bus will go faster than the pulverizer can handle anyway. So I didn't want to waste the redstone on it for the time being. If it turns out we need to upgrade, then we'll go ahead and do that. But you can see this will be like our gravel line. I'll definitely need like 3 storage buses here. Actually, I think I got them in play already, right? These export or these? Oh no, so we got the export buses right there. That's perfect. So let me get a piece of cobble here. And that's where we ran out of redstone, I bet, or something. Gold, I don't know. We're up to 4 million cobble. And climbing. All the igneous extruders are slowly being migrated out to our far corner there. Just to alleviate some item transfer around and about in the immediate vicinity. Why can I not make machine... Oh, does it not know how to make machine frames downstairs? It may not. Okay, let's do it. Machine frame. Let's give it that recipe. Except I need glass. Here we go. Just to... What did that do? Just to make sure we're using that kind of glass that we got, you know, pretty much infinite access to, or easier access to. Oops. Now you can make machine frames. Go to it, little buddy. Keep making me pulverizers, because we're going to want to do it even faster than we are. Now they're crafting. Beautiful. Okay, so now we just need to put cobble into here, and all of these should start producing. It's just a one at a time thing. Whoops. The one thing that many mods I wish had was a copy all my settings and rinse and repeat, so when you want to go large scale, it's a touch easier. Less clicky anyways. Maybe even give me a way to build the machine with that included. Or with those settings at default, copy it, I don't know. Fun times, ideas. But we pretty much want to get as much as we can rock and roll in here. I do know we're having issues with liquids, but I think that'll... I think that's going to be my next battle once I've got plenty of redstone coming in at a rate faster than I can use it. Because we're going to need redstone to make cabling to, you know, span our base pretty much. And I don't want to wait 300 hours for it to build up. I'd much rather just produce it at a increased rate. What's your guys' opinion? Is there something I'm missing to get more redstone more quickly? It always seems to be in my playthroughs. I go through redstone like, you know, water on a hot summer day. Or give me another analogy. Leave me a comment. And remember, guys, if you like what you're seeing, definitely hit that like button. It helps me out to know what you want to see more of. Or, you know, if you do hit the dislike button even, you know, give me feedback. It helps me to improve it so you can see more of what you want to see. Summertime's coming up. You're going to have plenty of hours to take a peek and, you know, see what I'm doing. Let's make it interesting for you. There's that one. And let's go ahead and come down this way. And all of this should just start flowing, I'm thinking. There we go. Yeah, see, it'll take it a moment to set up, but it'll backlog. It looks like it is right now, honestly. Let's put these torches on the wall just so we don't get spawns up here. So that's a big old set of pulverizers going to town for us. And I think we can do one more set right probably in here. And just kind of keep going down the line. As we need increased capacity, we'll be able to do it. Okay. There we go. Rinse and repeat a couple dozen times. On this next batch, however, we will not be exporting. Oh, I want to. Do I got a dolly on me? I want to move that barrel right now. Let's reset the storage bus. Actually, what I'll do. So I got some regular processor. I got regular export buses there. No, I just need a dolly. We'll move everything. We'll get it handled. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. There we go. So those will build up. And what I ought to be able to do here is something like that. So this way we can just, it's in the ceiling now rather than like ground level. We can pop up and take a look, hopefully fairly easily. And now we just got to modify it when we're ready. And we do one of them. And this guy can come out. There we go. Export bus like so. Give me some more cabling. And this seems to be our column anyway, so let's just run with it. So that way, as it comes into the system, we're handled. And I need one piece. I export stacks of gravel at a time. Oh wow, we can't even hold enough of it in here. Okay. So let's go ahead and move this guy over. And I kind of want to go underneath and keep building up our other stuff here while we got the chance. So now we're not going to have this kind of walkway behind the workshop no more. It'll give us a little more space to work with, I'm hoping. There we go. So now we got that. Let's knock out under all these pulverizers. And in fact, because I'm going to need the import buses here. Basic export. Let's go ahead and get some of those started to stack if we can. Oops, wrong one. I'm so used to having the import bus on the, or excuse me, the crafting terminal on the bottom and the monitor on the top that is kind of messing with me with clicking. So those will start crafting while we're waiting. I don't quite know where we stop with this thing, but I'm guessing there. Because that's how the stuff always goes. So we're still building up a excess of stuff from upstairs, but that's okay for right now. I want to get food into our system so we can get some of these fancy food recipes accounted for. I think that would be nifty. So now if I go over one more, we just want to cut our way back through here. And this will give us all of our gravel production. And some sand to boot. In fact, I want to move this sand barrel before I turn on the export buses. Or import. So that way it gets stored in the proper location. Let's see, are all these guys caught up finally? Looks to be. Hey, there we go. It didn't... What? The what? Where'd my wrench go? Come on. Work with me here, man. Work with me. And in fact, I might do that as a... Whoa, we still got a lot to handle, apparently. Holy cow. Wasn't quite prepared for that. How do we get all this stuck in the lines over here? I'm kind of confused, honestly. Come with me. Let's just load it all in. Well, that could be a big source of lag. There we go. Yeah, it could have been pipe lag, honestly. Maybe I had a loop or something going on here. Are you still cooking? They're all still cooking over here, so we'll give that just a minute. We'll keep setting up pulverizers while we wait. Making sure we got near infinite capacity, but we can do so many lines of pulverizers here, it's kind of borderline ridiculous. We should have done this from the beginning. Here we go. Like so. Just trying to catch up on all the material here. We'll give it a minute to finish this and see what we can do. In fact, let's put this dolly right away up top and let all of that go to dust if we can. Ooh. Where did I go? Right about there, huh? Back one more. Just to keep it even-ish. I also kind of feel like I want... Hold on, let's turn that this way. And let's turn that this way. And just because there's so much gravel in the system right now, it probably is overloading us. Let's look at Java and get the next upgrade after... Come on. What's going on here? This one. Manilian. Ooh. I don't think I can make Manilian yet. Cobalt and Ardite. What do I got for that? Absolutely nothing. I got any out here in our soul sand production? Where is it? Not really? We can take that cobble back home. Alright, so we're waiting on the pulverizers to finish. I guess I could keep splitting up the material if we're pretty overloaded. Somewhere. Kind of hoping this wasn't as nasty as I thought it was. There we go. Let's put this into here. Just do it up. There we go. And you're done. We'll work our way back down the line here. Cutting out this top layer right now. Like so. Okay. Let's get some more pulverizers in, and the idea being is we don't even have to have the rows all together. We just alternate rows as we need them. That might not be a terrible idea for now. That way we have kind of to some degree expandability, right? Because we could put, well, no, not a whole lot actually. Now that I look at it. This will pretty much maximize the room for production. So we want it to be blue and orange. Blue and orange. Blue and orange. Blue and orange. Okay, we'll run up and down this line. Depending how fast this fills up our sand and stuff, it might be very worthwhile to do it this way. Oops. Blue and orange. There we go. So what do you guys think of this setup? Anything good, bad, and different about it? Just takes a little while to do everything here. There we go. There we go. Couple more to do. Kind of hoping we got enough pulverizers left to handle the rest of it. I also think that we're probably going to need more gravel and sand, and more like kind of not necessarily 2-to-1, but a little higher than 1-to-1 ratio to get enough dust to satisfy the demand for redstone. Okay, so let's go ahead and line this one. And we're going to put sand into here. Or, excuse me, gravel. So we got cobble on the first one, gravel on the second. We need sand, one piece of sand for the next bit. Then we want to make sure it's exporting sand to munch. Excuse me, I said that wrong already. Gravel. There we go. Let it kind of fill up and backlog. And then as we hook up the import buses, everything will like really come rip-roaring. In fact, I should probably look into setting up a dark cable for this. Just so we can shut this whole system on and off. That might not be a terrible idea. It'll give me 1 point of disablement. Here we go. And all of these are going to munch gravel down. And this is kind of the spot where I was getting hung up last time. Is I had like 12 or 16 things producing gravel with the offshoot of sand. And then I finally upgraded to 15 sand, and it still, after a couple hours running, wasn't even close to filling up. Now I think we've doubled that capacity again. Which will be extraordinarily useful. Oops. Did I miss one in here? You guys are watching, right? You could tell me which one I missed, if any. Okay, there we go. There's our gravel being produced. And we got loads extra right now. Oh, and I forgot to set this to stack. No, I did set it to stack mode. Okay. Next up, are these guys all finished now? Kind of spot checking here. Next up is sand production. And we're going to go ahead and get the export here probably first. Let's see here. We want to knock that over one more. Just because it lines up a little better. For space. There we go. Oh, we need some more red net cabling. I access that from here. Redstone energy conduit. Here we go. Take all that back out. Pulverizer wise, I'm sure we're on the low end. There we go. Oh, we forgot to check if we made more pulverizers or not, what we're missing for the other stuff. Oh, raw plastic. Okay. So, this is the point. Wow, that still is importing. So this is why I made the thing the way I did. So now I can put an export bus over to here. Let's see here. We're going to knock out that torch and just replace it in a minute. Fuzzy export will work. Oh no. Oh wow, look at that. It said pre-configured. It remembered its settings. That's cool. So I need plastic made up. Let's go ahead, we'll kick that out, and then we're going to export a bunch of this rubber into a barrel that we can then carry over. And we'll put the rubber in, and that'll get cycled around. And shut that off for right now. And now all we gotta do is carry the barrel back over here, and it'll start cooking all of it for us. In a big old hurry. And I could use one more barrel here. What we're going to do is now export rubber. Like so. And that'll fill up after this one fills up. So now, what do I need plastic for? Those cables? How am I doing on pulverizers? Oh look, I got another stack ready to go. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and put that into play. When's the last time you used 200 something pulverizers? Come on, I don't want to hear crickets. I think this might be a first for me, to be honest. Oh, and I need this guy too. So let's put that up here. Put that up here. Make sure to servo it. I need this export bus. This excess at this point? Sorta, kinda. Sorta, kinda. Alright, let's put the export bus onto there. So this will get it out of our system quickly to save us from overload. Okay. Let's go ahead. Oh, we're going to need all kinds of stuff for this. Let's get the piece of sand into here before I forget. The nice part is the plastic does give us a greater yield on stuff. And folks, what I'll do, since I need cable for all kinds of things, I'll wait for that to cook up, and I will be back in just a little bit. Hey folks, welcome back. So, we finished processing as much as we could, and I've actually managed to run out of redstone. So we're going to kind of stagger what we do with these last two rows for the time being to make sure I can get enough material to continue onward with the rest of this build. I just wanted to kind of walk you through that as we get there. I've had to add in a couple pulverizers because I ran out of nether quartz to our machine production, but this is kind of what I envisioned all the way along, is having banks of stuff where I can set it and forget it. You know, I think that's just invaluable as you go forward. And what I'm going to do right here is just knock out this last bit of our original production wall, and then go after putting in the import buses to start collecting the material all the way through. We don't necessarily have to collect all of them yet, because we'll build more as we go, and I can kind of keep expanding. I just want to make sure we can continue to keep producing dust and gain more redstone. Because what will happen is, being that we're running in server mode now, the server will run while I'm not connected, or while I'm not actively logged in. So it'll help to produce things in the scale and quantity that I need while I'm offline, if I choose to set it that way. Let's go ahead and throw some stuff back into the AE system here for right now. And we'll put our other machines in there, because I think that's just a good way to handle it. I do want to leave this outside for now, just so I don't forget I have energized glowstone already melted. Okay, so now, remember, this is all off our one type of power setup here. We got our import buses, basic import. I want to go down, certainly down one gravel line. If we don't get both of them, that's okay for right now. Or excuse me, yeah, so this is cobble being converted into gravel. And with the occasional chance at sand. And let's see, so we want to be going... Oh, I hope I got enough ME cable. We want to be running this line with ME cable. Get one import bus there just because. That is import, right? So these are all basic import buses. That's the idea. It's going to start emptying out the machine as fast as possible. I'm hoping. Once we connect it. So all of this is kind of defunct cable line. Remember, it's always good to trim back your cable line when you're not using it, because it's just excess power being spent by your controller. So now we got one set of gravel being produced. I'll take this guy up for right now. Let's go ahead and empty out our sand bin upstairs if we can. Whatever. Oh, look at that. We got lots of dust. We'll send that upstairs up to be processed, and maybe we'll get a touch more redstone whilst it gets emptied out. Oops. So then all of this can be made to disappear. Okay, let's knock you back down. And this way we got room for more pulverizers. It's pretty much the applied energistic system that is costing us a ton of redstone right now that I don't have. But we will build it up in no time, I have faith. There we go. That's out of the way. That is into our system. So let's go ahead and you can just whack-a-mole that for now. We want one up here. We need our dolly to move the thing. We'll do it like sideways to there. Oh, and I don't want to use that kind of stuff. I want the clear version so we can see that it's running. Always important. And we got an export bus we collected over here somewhere. I seen it drop. I should probably try and keep one bit of sand here. Just so we, or excuse me, dust, so we can tell our AE system to export it. Okay, and cabling. Our sand production will produce it on occasion. So now I think it's probably behooves us to do this for right now. And we can knock out this like 25 pieces of cabling that we don't need anymore. Until we're ready for it. Because cabling is essentially what's holding us up. That takes a bit of redstone for each piece, right? Alright, so I put gravel into all of these already. I need to do sand into a bunch. Do we make any more export buses? Export. No, so we got what we got to work with, okay? Oh, so how... So that's a small problem. Those do need to have a storage bus attached. We'll have to work on that. So let's see. This whole line needs to be sand. Only backlog. In fact, I think we'll be making that next. Let me kill any crafting that's existing. I'm going to need a couple storage buses so we have a place to access it from. Are we getting redstone yet? A little bit? Okay. Storage bus. Let's just request 3 of them right off the bat. So maybe we can get... There we go. Perfect. The whole reason, folks, that I do not use... I'll do it like that. Let's see here. What do we got? The whole reason that I don't just do a storage bus by itself is because I found it to be a little derpy. That it does not always... How do you want to say? Why aren't you exporting? Oh. So I found it that it doesn't always do quite what I expected. So somehow I managed to get dust into here. That's weird. Okay, let's get some more import buses set up underneath. Where's my next lines? Just do this for now. Every place that we get dust is just going to help us for right now. Here we go. I think there's a little odd behavior in here that thermal expansion is retaining its inventory when I move it, which I'm just not accustomed to, but I'm not positive. There we go. All of that will get imported now. Hopefully this does not need to be precision import to take care of it. And let's go ahead and make sure the dust is piling up upstairs. So yeah, it's instantly importing and doing it. Go ahead and do your thing. Keep making me redstone. And we'll work on the next layer here. You can see this is kind of almost a wild build. Let's knock those guys off for now. And we do definitely have to configure the next row yet. But I will start importing the orange ones. Okay. Anything to help us maintain inventory. It'll start gaining dramatically before long. There we go. I do kind of wish we had facades in this. That would be nice. I'll have to see if covers will cover it, but I'm not positive. So that's gravel all the way down. And that's import bus. So this whole other line that I was putting buses on, I forgot to configure. We need to do that straight away. There we go. There we go. Run through and get it done quickly, and then we'll put in sand to be processed, and that'll give me more dust to work with and allow us to kind of keep producing to finish our build. Here we go. And we'll go back down the other way. Actually, let me grab the sand before I do that and make sure that this line has sand where it can. Because export buses are exactly what we run out of. But if I'm exporting sand, I'm guaranteed to be getting dust. Not quite at the same rate, but it'll help. We'll have to count it out here. I'm not sure what the final tally will be. There we go. Looking good. And we'll have to work on the export for our main metals later on. That will come eventually. And we're up to 5 million cobble. Wonderful. Let's check on our storage while we're here. That could overload. Well, our first full bank is completely full. This one is processing very nicely, considering the amount of material we have moving around. Okay. So next up on the list, do we run out of lava then, or are we building? Let's take a peek. Yeah, see, we're really draining lava. I don't know if that's good or bad. Okay. Let's go ahead and eat up our last couple of breakfasts here to fill us up. Actually, I'll just eat one and we'll call it a day there. Let's see. So we're still waiting on sand. And I need import buses, right? Oh wait, we can import more. There's one that we did not configure correctly. We need a handful of each, to be honest. Import bus. Let's just request them straight away. So what do we got? We got a basic export bus. I want 20 of those. Begin. And basic import, 20 of those. As soon as we can craft it, we'll be good to go. You can see it's rip-roaring, actually. Export, import. Beautiful. So this way, as we craft, or as we pulverize anything, it gets handled. So all our machines are online, or enabled from underneath. And export, we'll make sure we get that one going. I still do need a piece of sand. And that will definitely scale up going forward here. There we go. I might actually not have placed the storage bus on the sand, which will cause us a bit of a problem. Yes, that is a technical difficulty. Where is my... So this one is actually going to go on the back side. You're allowed to store sand. And then we just need a piece of cable to connect it. And that should fill up all of these in a hurry. Right? Maybe? Come on. Exports and go. Oh wait. That whole thing's not connected. Now we're cooking with gas. There we go. That's producing dust, and dust is going to get smashed. Let's go upstairs and take a peek to make sure we're actually producing stuff. There we go. I think this inventory setup will remain the same for now. And just letting the sheer fact that it's going to run overnight will help us out tremendously. So let's go through and finish configuring these so we're ready to go. And then that'll be an episode. I think. Oh, actually, I take that back. There is one quest turning we have to do. I always like to have a quest turning in the wings during these big, these kind of big projects and work activities. Okay. What do I got for export buses here left? Anything? Maybe enough. Maybe short a couple, I don't know. We shall see. But the nice part is that with the server running this, it will backlog given time. So I want 4 more export buses if we could do it. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's go ahead and cable that in if we can. And give me 1 piece of sand, please. So we start creating a backlog. With all those autonomous activators running on the sieves, that's kind of a very good way to build redstone. If it's still not fast enough, then we will scale up that production too with the applied energistics later on. Okay. Make our way down the line here. All of these should turn on. We are going to have to watch our system because I did disable the trash can setup. So that may come into play. Maybe I'll walk you guys through that next episode if you'd like to see that. Actually, since next episode will be pre-recorded, I might just do it anyway. And if you want to see how it's built, let me know in the comments below. Being that it's Memorial Day weekend, I am planning to enjoy the vacation. And probably sit outside, hopefully it's nice and warm, and relax. Alright, so we need some import buses underneath that one. Let's see, that should be right about there. All the way down. There we go. This is quite a major rebuild of that system that's been around for how many episodes now? Has anyone counted yet? Let me know if you did in the comments below. Remember, hit that like button. It does help to let me know what if I'm on the right track with what you guys want to see. Or if there's something else you want to see, definitely let me know. Leave a comment, etc. Okay, so we needed some import buses. Basic import. What's on the other agenda here? One of these are... So I'm waiting on... Okay, we can speed that along a bit. Oh, look at that. We finished up cooking all that rubber already. Let's just readjust then. And make sure we got plenty of plastic for the future. 40 stacks of rubber, go. There we go. And that'll light up all these furnaces and help us to finish up. Oh, processors, okay. Many as you can give me anyway. More will come later on. What's funny is every one of these import buses we hook up, the faster we're going to get redstone. Hopefully we can connect here pretty soon. I shouldn't need too many more. We need one more. Ha! Bus. Quartz. Because I can produce... This is like the first time in any playthrough ever I've used Certus Quartz dust to produce silicon. But because it's near infinite, it is totally the way to go. Or it's near infinite in my current setup, I should say. And we got some more processors to cook up. We'll get that one going, and then the plastic will follow. I just want to get that last bus, and then we'll wrap up the episode there. Give me that. Oh, did we finish? So let me craft one bus then. Whoops. That was not right. I want... Give me 10 of those. Many as you can anyway. And let's cancel this for now. So as soon as we get a couple redstone, we'll be good to go. One redstone it looks like. There it is. And that will collect all the stuff. So what should have happened here is all this stuff back here just built up a ton of dust. Well, it wasn't connected. And you can see it started importing and melting or smashing it upstairs at a very good rate, hopefully. You can see how fast... Oh, what's going on there? Why are we getting... Oh, backlog there. That might be something I caused with my magnet early on. Let's just go collect all that, because that looks important. And we can do like so. And let the system kind of handle it for now. Anyway, folks, it's a bit of a short episode, but we've kind of hit a very good wrapping up point. What I will do between episodes here before I log off the game for the night is I will queue up like a bunch more processors to go and a bunch more buses to go. So that way we'll be in very good shape for the next cycle. In fact, you can watch me do it here. We'll queue up like 200 of these. Because we're going to want them. Eventually, I will have it set up where we, when those are crafted, they're auto-exported and smelted. And as far as buses are concerned, we're going to want, I don't know, stacks more of these. So we will request 2 stacks of those. And same with the export bus. And all of that will craft given time. In the meantime, I can put all the piping in that away, and that way we'll up our pulverizer count as going forward. And did we actually end up catching up down here? Yeah, so the singular import bus is very good at handling the backlog. Because Applied Energistics Pulse is just a touch faster than thermal expansion produces, so very good shape. Alright folks, until next time, thank you for tuning in. Remember, hit that like, favorite, and button, leave comments. Even to say Happy Memorial Day, enjoy your vacation, stay off, don't work too hard, and we'll talk soon.